I'm gonna give you some tips on how to simplify your skincare routine. In today's world where there are many products out there, people actually continue to add on extra steps to create a nightmare skin routine that takes 20-30 minutes in the morning and nighttime. It's not a sustainable solution for most people. So I want to go through kind of my criteria when I look at skincare routines and how to simplify it. The first thing, you have to know your skin type. Your skin type is very important because this actually tells you what you can tolerate. Certain people's skin type are less sensitive and they're very forgiving in terms of applying new products or how many layers of different products you can have every day. And skin type is actually kind of hard to determine. Most people assume they have oily skin if they have acne, or they have dry skin if they have eczema. However, oftentimes this does require the expert opinion of a dermatologist or an esthetician because, for example, combination skin. We will review this in a different video, but combination skin is something that's very interesting because it may oftentimes be induced by the products you use. So for example, you have oily skin and you decide my skin is too oily, I'm gonna get a cleanser that strips the skin of all its oils. What happens, the skin needs homeostasis, so it will react when it's stripped of extra moisture or oil to create more oil a couple hours later. This is why people always fluctuate between too dry and too oily. So this is not a overall great sustainable routine you want to do in the future. So skin type, really important. Second thing is time. How much time do you want to dedicate to your skincare routine? I think most of us would say we're very busy, we don't have a lot of time to do it. However, investing time in your skincare is important. So the question is, what does your skin actually need for that maximal effect? Okay, so a lot of this comes down to habit as well, I think, and culture. A lot of places people are used to applying 5 or 10 different steps all at once. Certainly, I grew up, we barely washed our faces. So it's one of these things where as we learn more about how the skin does respond to the environment, we also can craft the appropriate skincare routine in light of our own schedules and our own lives. Third thing, money. So it's not cheap to have a comprehensive skincare routine, but it doesn't have to be that expensive either. So one of the criteria for selecting which particular products are really helpful is going to be your budget, where you would like to get those products. Certainly at a Walgreens or CVS or Rite Aid, it's going to be a different set of products they can get online, which is a different set of products than you get in the doctor's office. So all these things will determine kind of how many steps you can have in your routine and the type of products that you can have. Fourth thing would be the diligence about your own preferences. So you have to be honest with yourself. It may be very exciting to start January 1st off with I'm going to invest in my skin health and I'm going to go out and buy 10 different products and I'm going to use it. It's like the gym on January 1st. So be aware of your own motivations, what you know you can do, because the major thing with skincare is you have to be very consistent. If you're not consistent, nothing will work. One of the tips that I have is that when you try a skincare product, you do want to introduce one skincare product at a time. For example, say you want to do a cleanser, a moisturizer, and a sunscreen in the morning. You want to do a nighttime serum that's hydrating, maybe a little retinol at night. You may do these things, but I do not recommend starting everything at once. Know that skincare can induce something called purging, which is worsening of your skin condition before it gets better. And so oftentimes when people layer on too many things, the skin gets a lot worse. And it's hard to know if you start 5 things at once, which one is responsible. So make sure that when you do start a skincare routine, you start the simple things first, a cleanser and a moisturizer. Try those things out, give it 3 to 4 weeks in between products. Then you can add additional products in there once you feel your skin can handle it, that's handling it well. If you have any little purging process, little breakouts here and there, they should happen really within the first week or 2. After the 3rd week, your skin may actually be reacting to the products. So at that point, you may switch to something different. So again, 3 weeks in between introducing new products, introducing at the most 1 to 2 products at a time. And that is going to be how you establish that long-term skin routine. It can take 3 to 6 months to find the appropriate skincare. One of the things that is very popular is skin cycling, where you have multiple products you use at different times of the week. This can actually be quite helpful as well, but it does take time to establish that. Again, people tend to see something, they tend to want to try it right off the bat. If in a week it doesn't work, they give up. The best products oftentimes take months to fully work on the skin. So you do have to be aware that once you find a perfect skincare routine that you feel your skin loves, do not be tempted to keep on switching everything around because it does take time to re-optimize your skin. Okay, so the four main components: know your skin type, find out the time that you have to dedicate to a skincare routine, what is your budget for skincare purchases on a monthly or a quarterly basis, have diligence in terms of the ability for you to recognize what your desires are and be truthful about what you're able to do in the long term, because consistency is the most important. Hope this was helpful. Join me for the next video.